Hello everybody, welcome to the sound test room. Today we are taking a look at BLEASS Alpha and we're going to build a sort of self-generating patch which will be very nice, and you can just kind of let it run and do its own thing. It's very cool. Not that difficult to program, but first of all you want to go into your menu, go into Bank A here, and at the top of Bank A you will find default patch. Okay, which is that, or that. First thing I want to do is I'm going to just switch on hold here. Actually, I might set this a little bit lower to start. I'm going to turn on hold and just put in a few notes like this. Now it's on mono. It's on mono by default, so you won't hear the chord. So we're going to leave it on mono. And the first thing I'm going to do is to switch on the ARP. We can chuck another note in. And I'm going to sort out the arpeggiator settings first, which is kind of the main self-generative thing. So we're going to leave it on free mode. We're going to set this real slow. 2.8 seconds. Then I'm going to put this onto random and I'm going to move the octaves up to 2. Okay, so we're still in general. We're going to leave this as is. The amp velocity I'm going to turn to 0 because it's not necessary. Filtering we'll leave it around there, and we'll put our envelopes up to about the same amount. Then I'm going to put 3 unisons in there, and I'm going to start to detune them. Very cool, eh? We can give it a little bit of vibrato. Slow the speed of that down. Quite happy with what's going on there for now. So we'll go into our oscillators. I'm going to be using oscillator 3 on a square wave and bring that in. And take it down an octave. And then set the pulse width somewhere pleasant. That's quite. The amp, I'm going to give it some release. Cool. So oscillator 1, I'm going to bring the wave to about the center. And oscillator 2, I'm going to take that more or less into square and drop that an octave. The stereo spread, we're going to pan out, so if you're wearing headphones you'll really hear a difference here. I'm going to take the tuning up a little bit. Maybe the fine. That's better. See what the X mod does. Set that about there, it's quite nice. Bring in some noise. That's nice. Next we can go to filters. Turn on filter 2. going to give it some envelope amount here. And bring it down till we can start to hear it. Same for envelope 2, but in reverse. Actually, but no, we'll go plus because we've got a reversed envelope. Some pre-drive on filter 2. Modulation. First thing in the modulation I want to set is the target here, which I am going to set to LFO2 rate and give it some amount. You'll see it changing the rate of LFO2 here. But I'm going to slow it right down. Well, I'll leave it about there, see how it sounds. So let's turn it up a bit. And set a target. Maybe, let's see what we've got. Oscillator to pulse width. Let's set maybe a vibrato amount. And let's say the X mod level. Or maybe the filter 1 cutoff. Yeah, it's quite nice. Let's set this to 3.04 seconds. So it's getting really slow. Just have a drink of my coffee. Hang on. Next, we're going to go to motion. Now I'm going to switch on the motion and I'm going to engage ARP preset. And every time the ARP triggers, it will move along. And I'm going to do this with pan and give it some panning. You won't hear it yet till I give it an amount here, so we give it a little bit more actually. And we could even maybe set this to filter to resonance. Oh yeah. And give it some randomness. Let's turn the amount down a little bit so it's not so widely spread with the pan on the sequencer. Do it a little bit more noise. Right, we're going to leave this as it is because we don't really need the envelope because it's running an arpeggiator, so it's okay. Actually, no, it's fine. Now our effects. Reverb on. Length maximum. Color up. Give it 60%-ish. I'm going to set our time to be quite slow and stereo full on. Tremolo on. Crush on. Drive on. Increase the highs. So there's the patch as it is, and then all you'll need to do is save it and sit back and let it do its thing. Now you can have some fun, of course, by adjusting the octaves on the arp, the rates, the repeats, the gates. But most importantly is change up the notes. You could also add a more ethereal tone by adjusting the amp envelope. I'll show you. Or changing modulation destinations, maybe to the mix level. Or Oscillator 1's wave. never quite know where the next note's coming from. It's nice. Very sci-fi. Of course, I mean, you can blend to taste. You know, you've got 3 oscillators you can play with. Oscillator 3 is quite a simple oscillator. You could more or less use that for sub octaves, sub oscillators and stuff like that. Of course, moving the octaves around is a kind of a big thing. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, consider becoming a Patreon. Yeah, awesome stuff, Alpha. And I kind of, I mean, you still have to tell the synth what to do, of course, but note-wise, put lots of random notes in, and yeah, it's really good fun. Anyway, I hope you found that entertaining and useful, and inspired you to go and build your own self-generating patch kind of thing with Alpha or any synth you like. The principles are all the same, of course. As long as it's got an arpeggiator, it'll do random. You're pretty much good to go. And you can slow the rate. I mean, I like free mode. It's nice. Anyway, guys, bless you all. Thank you. And I will see you later. Ta-da.